Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about why and how to make a vision board. So Matt and I recently celebrated 1 year of living together in our apartment in 500 Seneca, and we decided to make a vision board together. And so I figured this would be a great video to talk a little bit about why to make a vision board and then to tell you how to make a vision board. So I want to share with you the why to make a vision board and the how to make a vision board.
And we have to start with the why, because your why is the most important thing.
Your why is the reason behind why you're going to take time to do this. And I really think that the why should come from your heart. So in my perspective, the why is to be creative, to get outside your head, and to take time to really think big picture about what you want to see in your life.
Think about the places you want to go,
the experiences you want to have, the feelings that you want to feel, the sights that you want to see, the words that you want to embody. All of those things are going to help you to really get crystal clear as to why you're making your vision board, and that's going to inform how you make it.
Because the reality is the how is a lot less important than the why.
Because the how is totally up to you, right? This is a fun, creative, personal challenge. And so I encourage you, even though I am going to share some tips with you in a few minutes, I encourage you to personalize this and make it your own thing. So whether that means using magazines or using things around your house, whether you do a really big poster board like this, or maybe you just do a little piece of paper, or you do something inside your journal and you hand draw and write everything. How you do it is totally up to you, and I like to think of vision boards as a choose your own adventure kind of activity.
So again, before we get into the how, one more thing on the why.
It's very easy for us to say, oh, I want to make a vision board, or oh, I want to do those things, but it takes time, commitment, and effort to actually do it, and that is part of the why. The why you should make a vision board is because you should want to take time to dream, to think big, because the only way you are going to get to where you want to go in your life, the only way that you are going to achieve your dreams and do the things that you really want to set out to do,
is by taking the time to get really clear on the why you want to do those things,
so that you motivate yourself to actually do them. And so by making a vision board, by taking the time to get clear on your goals, on the things that mean a lot to you, you are going to prime your brain and your body to be ready to do the things necessary to make those dreams a reality. So before I dive into the how, I want to show you guys a few of the things that Matt and I put here on our board, and I'm actually going to bring the camera back into our apartment. Right now I'm in like our little tenant activity center. I'm going to bring it back into the apartment because I want to see if Matt can chime in a little bit too. So before we get into the how, I want to show you guys some of the things that we have on our board. I'm gonna read out a number of the different words that we have. So we have fall in love,
family,
coffee table, right by this like super cool little like living room kind of setup. We have the future, tank, Cartier, because that's your dream watch, Matt?
It's not my dream watch, but I would like one in the future.
Okay.
There's not like a definitive dream watch.
Okay, so a watch he would love.
We've got turn up the heat.
Confident, to be perfectly at ease. House, because that's definitely a major goal for us as we look towards the next year. Self-discovery, friends. I love this little backyard space. Like Matt and I know would love to have an outdoor space where we can like have friends and family over and hang out and be cozy.
We have lover.
Because I'm gonna be in my lover era when Matt and I go see Taylor Swift
in Italy.
We have different pictures of cities, like we have Paris, we have the Amalfi Coast, we have Lake Louise, we have Prague, we have the Taj Mahal, Big Ben.
I just switched to pictures, but more words.
Discoveries, come home, something new, in the backyard, a life well lived, adventure, keep going forward, protein.
Because I need to eat more protein. this year?
We've got a fun little mushroom thing. We have the word city because both Matt and I are like big like explore cities kind of people. And I've just got so many different pictures of places to visit, things like places that we both have been that we like to visit, and then places that we would love to visit together. So like we've got
Santorini here, Tokyo,
Sydney, so many different places. Oh, it's just so fun. What's your favorite part of our board?
My favorite part of the board?
Uh-huh.
I've just enjoyed putting it together. Oh, I can't see.
We've got books here. We've got like wall art and stuff. It's just so many different things.
I like all the green spaces, mostly
Me too.
because aspirationally I would love to be able to work on a yard and like just make it such a calming place to hang out.
Look at that
We
one
don't really have
here.
that right now.
Like how dreamy would this be? This little like outdoor, like indoor, but like full wall of windows and opens to the outdoor. Such a dream. So yeah, so this is our vision board. And now to get to the how to make one. So the how is honestly super simple. You wanna grab a few magazines and you wanna grab a poster board. Or like I had said before, you could do this in a bunch of different creative ways. Like you could just use a regular sheet of paper. You could just use your journal and handwrite and draw things. Whatever feels like it makes the most sense to you. You don't wanna break your budget. You don't wanna go too far out of your way, and you don't wanna make something so big that then you won't be able to like
have it in your space.
You don't wanna just like sit it under a bed and just let it sit there for a year. Matt and I have our vision board right now sitting on a trunk, and I know that it's not gonna sit there forever, but
even just for
a few weeks, having our vision board front and center to be able to look at, to see those words, to help prime our brains, I think that is so important. So you do wanna be able to make something that you're gonna love the look of so that you want to have it visible, because that is really where the power of the vision board comes in, is by looking at these things, it is going to prime your brain, it is gonna prime your heart, your body to take those actions and the steps necessary that get you a little bit closer to these things that you have dreamed about, that you have put on this board.
right? So even just
Matt and I seeing the word house over and over and over again, it's gonna prime us to be
looking at the market, to be
meeting with like someone at the bank, to be finding someone who is a great real estate agent locally. All of those things really just add up to then getting you where you wanna go. So you need some kind of base, whether that is, like I said, poster board, paper, or journal, and you need some kind of like decoration. So again, if you just wanna use a pen and hand draw it, if you wanna get magazines.
we got 3 magazines, and I highly recommend.
2 of the magazines that Matt got for us were perfect. So he got us a travel magazine. I ripped up the cover so you can't see, but the magazine is The World's Most Amazing Places. And he also got us a Architectural Digest magazine, which if you love home decor and all that kind of stuff, this is a no-brainer for a magazine to get.
And then just take some time. We put on an album.
We just had music playing. It was really relaxing, and we just took time to individually go through these magazines and start cutting out and ripping up things that we really liked, and just started to kind of put them in a pile. So that's gonna be kind of that next step, is once you have your materials, you wanna think about all the different things that you wanna put on the board, gather them together. Oop.
I have a client call in like 2 minutes.
And once you have all your materials gathered together, then you can start placing them on the board. So I don't recommend
Making your board.
as you go. I recommend kind of like gathering all your materials and having all the things that you want to put on the board together first, and then starting to lay things out on the board so that you get a really good like collaged look. So as you can see, we had some really big pieces. So like
We had this really big piece and this really big one.
this big one, this big one. So I kind of found corners. I used the 4 corners to kind of build out the board, and I took our biggest things and put them down
First,
and then just started kind of layering on top, and I layered with more important things, right? So we've got
this picture of Banff.
which Matt and I would love to go to, right? And we've got Versailles right here. But it's not like Versailles has been this like really high on the list place for me, but it would be amazing to see, right? So I covered up most of Versailles
With
this picture of an open concept shelving, gorgeous, really light, natural light kind of living room, because this is way more of a goal for me.
a living room that looks like this with all these books, really cozy feel.
That's way more important to me than going to Versailles. So this went on top of that. So there is definitely an element of strategy to it, of like putting down the things that are most important, making those prominent, really making those visible, because that is, again, just gonna prime your brain to do the work to make all of it happen. So if you guys liked this video on how and why
to make a vision board,
hit the thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any questions, if you have thoughts on the board and or questions about why Matt and I
chose specific things,
I would love to hear from you, and more importantly, would love to inspire you to take some time to dream big and actually make a little vision board for yourself and just watch how it inspires you, helps to
be a nice creative outlet,
and get you a little bit closer towards the things that you really want to make happen in your life. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello.